Hello and welcome to another budgeting video. Today we're going to be chatting about what I spent last month in October and what my plans are for November. So starting off on the variable checking account side, we have a starting balance that was a little bit lower than this, so 2,058. Then in terms of salary, I got paid a little bit extra because I worked extra, so $2,070, bringing that to an available balance of $4,128. And then in terms of bills, nothing for subscriptions. Electricity was actually $50, so it came in lower, which was nice. And then the internet was at $55. Groceries, I came in under $314. I've been trying to lower my grocery budget just by implementing some new habits. So one, I have a grocery list now, so I know what I don't need, so I don't end up buying things I already have, which I've done before. And yeah, so it's been helping a lot. So came in under, which is nice. And then gas cost me $75. I ended up having to put gas into a rental or a loaner from the Lexus dealership, so it's like $5 over because of that, but that's fine. And then wellness was $42. I ended up getting some omega-3s, which I usually do. I get those from Trader Joe's, and then I got the usual collagen for $33. I get I think it's like 3 pounds. So in October, Amazon had their Prime Day sale, so it was cheaper than usual, so I decided to get it early. And then in terms of home, I spent $86. I got some flowers. These flowers are actually from today, but I got some previous flowers that obviously a month later looked terrible, so I switched them out. And then I ended up getting a sewing machine because I've been wanting a sewing machine for a long time. And then during the Prime Day sale, it was very cheap, so it was actually only $62 versus full price it was $200. And then I got some detergent for $13. Car maintenance, I had to get my usual 6-month maintenance cost or service for my car, and apparently that changes based on what needs to be done. So this time around it was less than I budgeted for, but still expensive. So $327. And if you guys don't already know, I have a Lexus. I've chatted all about it. If you want to know the finances in terms of how much it cost me per month and the loan details, I have a video about that. And then I also have a video about actually buying it. Moving on, or actually let's recap for a little bit. So bills cost me $105, not bad. And then living was actually pricey, so $844. Now, last month when I made this budget, there was nothing here, but of course, like I always say, there's always something that comes up or something that I forget to put on here. So business expenses were $202. That's just things that I need for basically YouTube or anything internet related that I do. And then hygiene, I spent quite a bit of money because it was a Sephora sale, and then it was the Amazon Prime Day deal. So Amazon Prime Day comes before the Sephora sale, and Amazon actually gives you more off than Sephora. Sephora, you can only get 20% off unless you buy the Sephora branded products, which I never do. And then Amazon was offering 30% off on a lot of great things. So I ended up spending a pretty penny there. And I did manage to get an extra $50 off my Sephora purchase because of a Chase offer that I had, which I was shocked to see, because normally Sephora doesn't give additional discounts during their sale time, but somehow the God smiled upon me and gave me extra $50 off, so that was amazing. So I spent $260 on hygiene, and I'll get into what I bought in a few here. Let's just get through the majority of this. Shoes, I've been needing some winter shoes that are not boots because I do not like boots, or I no longer like boots, should I say, because I do not like having to put my foot into them. It requires too much work. So I ended up getting some UGG Taz slippers, and they were way more money than I wanted to spend. It was $130, and I feel like in the past that's how much I used to spend for actual UGG boots, so I didn't love that, but I actually do like them. So I've been wearing them for the past couple weeks or so. At first I wasn't sure if I was gonna keep them, but then after wearing them around the house and them getting a little bit more comfortable, I decided to keep them. So $130 I did not want to spend, but I don't regret. And then event tickets. I spent $40. Me and my friends went to see a play, and then we had dinner, which you'll see here. I went out a couple times with my friends, so these dinners are pricey. I don't usually go out to dinner like that, but now that I'm looking at the price, it's like expensive. $126 on restaurants, and you know, I usually get a drink, sometimes dessert, things like that, so that adds up. Then skincare, $58. Makeup, $45. So quickly, let's get into what I got. I like to talk about what I got because I imagine maybe if you're like me, you probably also like these things, and then you want to see what other people get. So let's just get into that real quick. Of course, I'll put timestamps so you can like skip to the rest of the budget, of course, if you don't care about these kind of things. But yes, so I got the Necessaire body exfoliator. This is a repurchase. I love this thing. This is in the eucalyptus scent, which smells divine if you like eucalyptus, which I do. And this lasts a very long time. I bought the last one 6 months ago, but I still have a little bit left. So yeah, this is a definite must. It like lathers up. It has like little charcoal beads in there as well, so it's very nice. And then I got the Wood Sage and Sea Salt Cologne by Jo Malone. I'm not really a perfume kind of person, but I found that this is like one of the few perfumes that I actually like. And I've said before, it like reminds me of like if you were a rich aunt, like this is what you would smell like, and I feel like that's the vibe that I'm going for. So Wood Sage and Sea Salt. It has like a travel size, which is the smaller one here, and then I think this is like 1 ounce or something. It's quite pricey, as I'm sure everyone knows. Perfume is overly priced, but at the rate I use it, it'll probably last me several years. So there's that. And then I got another blush from Say. This one is in chili. This is like a light cool pink, which I think will be really nice for winter, so I'm excited to try that. I have the warmer tone brown one from summer, and I used it on my vacation and I like loved it. So yeah, happy about that. And then I got the Topicals Faded Brightening and Clearing Mist. This is like my 3rd bottle of this. So they changed the formula and the product design. Before, the spray was like not good. It was just like literal like a jet stream. And then it was also like tinted yellow, so if it didn't dry before you put your clothes on, like your clothes would get a stain, so that wasn't a vibe. So now they've changed it so that it's clear, and then it has like a mist, actual mist spray. The only thing is I'm not sure that it actually works. Like I've seen other people use it and like they've had improvements in their pigmentation, but I don't feel like this does anything. So this will be my last bottle of this thing, but I mean, give it a go. It might work for you, since like I said, I have seen like literal before and afters of like people that have used it, and it does seem to work, but not for me. Along the same lines of exfoliating pigmentation, I got my usual PFV Vanish, and this is what I use for ingrown hairs, for like all the places that I wax, and this is a staple. I use this all the time. I get a bottle like every few months, and this definitely works, like no questions, no ifs, ands, or buts. Like if I don't use this, then I definitely get ingrown hairs, and then with this I don't. So definitely a repurchase. More exfoliating stuff, because I'm all about the exfoliation or whatever. So this is the Necessaire, the body peel. This is new. It's 12% AHA, BHA, and PHA. I don't recall what the PHA is supposed to be. I'll put it on the screen once I figure that out. But this I like. It's like I've used it a couple of times now, and I've actually noticed some improvements already. So that's kind of exciting. So use it 1 to 2 times per week. Probably before you put lotion on. That's what I've been doing. It does have a jelly, slippery consistency, which is kind of weird, but I find that most body peels do. But anyway, this has been good. I'm looking forward to seeing like how much my skin improves, you know, in the next few months of using it. And then I need a new mascara, so I got the Ilia mascara. I've never used this mascara before. I normally get the Dior Show mascara in like Blackest Black or something like that, but that has been discontinued, and this was the next, or a very popular one, so I decided to try it. It's the Limitless Lash Mascara, so we'll see about that. Then somehow this ended up in my Sephora box. I did not order it. This is the 5-minute facial by Tata Harper. It has a cleanser and a resurfacing mask. So this is what those two look like. I'm sure I'll find some use for it, of course, but I guess it's a pleasant surprise, better than a missing item in your order, which is annoying. And then I also got, I needed a new washcloth, and I don't like, of course, traditional washcloths made with cotton. And the really rough ones, like the African ones or like the plastic loofah ones, I hate how those feel too. So I got these. These are, I'm not sure if this is Korean. Actually, I think it is Korean. Yeah, it's made in Korea. So this Korean brand, they have these mesh washcloths, which actually have been really nice. They lather up really good, and they're not like too rough, but like not so soft that they're not doing anything. So yeah, I love these. It came in a pack of 2. I got them from Amazon. And then almost done, because I've been chatting for a minute. I got a re-up off, this is my new favorite serum. This is from Drunk Elephant. It's the Bonesy Brightful Mask. And it has azelaic acid and salicylic acid. So it's like exfoliating and brightening. And I definitely noticed a difference in my skin with using this. So this is like my new favorite serum from Drunk Elephant. Like I have used basically all their serums, but this one is my favorite. So definitely recommend that one. And then I got this body butter from Ose. It was like trending for a bit and I was intrigued, and I went into Ulta and like sampled it, and it smelled really good. And it actually performs really good too, so I love it, especially now that it's winter. It's the Undaria Algae Body Butter, and this was like 30% off on Amazon, so definitely pay attention to those Amazon like Prime Day deals for like body care and stuff. And then lastly, I got, this is another repurchase, this is the Prima Beyond Body Oil, and it smells really good, super relaxing. It has like CBD and magnesium and things like that. I don't know if that actually does anything, but it actually is just a really nice experience in the afternoon or night when you're taking your shower putting this on. It's just like a nice luxury, relaxing feeling. So that is what I got in terms of all my body makeup skincare stuff. Now let's move on to the rest of the budget. I spent $41 on books, and then shipping. I sold something on eBay and that cost me $4 to ship. So in terms of extra, I spent $906, and then spending total in this side of the budget was $1,855 with an end balance of $2,273. On the fixed checking account side, starting balance was $1,499. So a little bit more. And then this, I think I increased it because actually my car insurance went up, which is kind of annoying. I don't think it's like, nothing has changed with what has happened with my driving our car or anything. So I think it's just like everything is just going up, inflation or whatever. So that's kind of annoying. So the available balance was $2,145. In terms of bills, the only thing I had to pay this month was my car insurance, which is $528, and I pay that quarterly. So that's a quarter of the cost. And then cell phone, $115. So bills were $643, leaving with an end balance of $1,502. So in total, between the two accounts, my income was $2,716. And spending was $2,498 with a breakdown there, and then leaving me with $218. Now we're gonna move on to what I'm planning for November. Alrighty, so starting balance in the account was $1,000. I'm pretty sure I withdrew whatever excess I had in there and put it into savings. So salary, I'm thinking it should be around the same as last month because I'm actually also working extra again because, like I said, I'm trying to save some extra money. I've chatted about this in various degrees, but one, I want to pay my car off or have the money to pay it off by next year. And then two, I'm thinking of making some major life moves in the future, so I want some money for that. So that's what I do with my extra money beyond like investing. Then subscriptions, nothing again, at least for now. Electricity, $50. Actually, I don't think I have an electricity bill this month, so $0 actually. There was a credit on my account because I signed up for one of their like super saving things where smart thermostat like sets the temperature to like decrease electricity. So I think it's $0. And then internet, $55 as usual. Groceries, we're budgeting $325. I've already spent about half of that already, so we'll see. Let's see, it's like 7 days into the month, so that's awesome. We'll see how that goes next month. Fuel, $700. Wellness is gonna be pricey this month, potentially, so $397. I paid for therapy already. That was $60. The company's like $20 every time, but you know, they don't bill like every time we go. They just like pile on the bill all at once. So $60. Magnesium, I spent $25. Spent $10 on some other medications. And then today when I went to Cycle Bar, told you guys I signed up for Cycle Bar. I bought like 10 classes, and initially it was the shoes were free. You know, when you get there, you can just use their shoes versus buying your own shoes. But then today when I went, they are charging $4 to rent shoes, which is very annoying. And honestly, I guess if I liked Cycle Bar, I would just buy the shoes, but I do not like a Cycle Bar. I like cycling, I just don't like those instructors in particular. And the instructors that I used to like were at Lifetime, and I don't want to spend like $130 plus to go to Lifetime just to do cycling once a week. So yeah, needless to say, like once my 10 passes are over, I will not be renewing my Cycle Bar. But there's that, and then Pilates is what's going to take up the majority of this. So $290 for Pilates. It's like 30. Actually, no. It works out to be like $29 a class. So those are 10 classes. And then in terms of home, let's see. I've already spent about I spent like $5 on flowers so far. And then I bought a drain cover for my sink for like $10. So this should be around $15 so far. We'll see how the rest of the month goes. Actually, it's $14. Let's see. Car maintenance, nothing planned. Although I need to get some cash out to go to the car wash, but we'll see. We'll just put like $10 then. Actually, no, I already have $10, so I don't need to put anything there. Let's see, books, I'm budgeting $50. I don't know. I have a couple books pending, and I have a few to get through, so we'll see how much I end up spending. Then hygiene, so far it's been $32. I got some rather boring things, so contact lens solution, and then Sonicare brush heads for my toothbrush. Then business expenses. So I have been talking about, or you've already noticed with the lack of videos, that I have not been putting out any videos because, as I said before, spending hours and hours on the computer editing videos is not doing a service to my hands. Like, it actually causes me to have tendinitis from the repeated movement of my fingers for like hours doing the same thing. So I thought about getting a video editor, and when I looked at Fiverr, like the options did not look good. And then I found another YouTuber who has a business and she does them, and she was charging like $400 something per video, which I was like definitely not gonna spend. And yeah, I need to find a way to edit these videos like requiring less time. So I looked into some video editors that have more AI functionality, because I use like Final Cut Pro, and Final Cut Pro literally has no AI like capabilities. Like, you have to do everything manually yourself. And I looked into Adobe Premiere Pro, and it does have some like AI features. So the cutting of the video and cutting of the parts, that's what takes the most time, like going through everything. So they have like some features where it is done automatically, and I feel like that would speed up the amount of time it takes to edit the video, and thus the less time I spend like using my hands to do that. It's like the better it would be for my health and like well-being. So I'm thinking about trying that out. It's like $240 for the year, which I suppose is not bad. It's less than the cost of editing one video, but it's still kind of annoying. But you know, you gotta do what you gotta do, and it's probably better than like totally giving up on YouTube altogether, which I have definitely contemplated plenty of times. So there's that. So in total for this month, let's see how it's looking. Bill is $55, living $106, extra $322. And I did remember that it's Black Friday. I do have a list of things that I need. I try to keep a list so that I don't go ahead and buy things that I don't need. So we'll see if I can find any of those things on Black Friday, and I probably like make the purchase then. So spending for the month, $1,183. Ending balance, $1,817. Moving on to the fixed checking side. So $1,940. $55 is a little bit more than what was budgeted or anticipated for last month, because one of my, like, I usually have another bill that comes out of that account and it didn't come out, so or it's coming out from another account instead. So now I have a few extra dollars in there. Salary, $646. That's the same from last month. So the available balance would be $2,601. And actually, the only thing I have to pay is my cell phone bill, which is $50. It has been prorated because I change it every time I go traveling. So this is what's due this month. So in summary, income $2,646, spending $1,233, although I'm sure that will go up, and leaving me with potentially $1,413 to save. So yes, that is going to be it for my budget so far. I will see you guys again next month to chat about how everything went.